Continue the situation regarding the Eskom power emergency this morning. Let's go live to our Cape Town studios. Joining us is Frost & Sullivan's energy analyst, Cornelis Van der Waal. Cornelis, good morning to you. Thank you very much for talking to us. Why do you think that Eskom has been unable once again to keep the power on and now issued a load shedding schedule? Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I think the reasons that they're giving us are valid reasons. We know that wet coal doesn't function very well with their power plants, and they can typically cope with about 2 or 3 days worth of rain. But unfortunately, in this case, we're sitting on 6 or 7 days worth of rain, so the stockpiles are a problem. Over and above that, we've started the build program way too late, and we don't have enough private power in the overall system. We need more investment. There's no short-term solutions. Probably some companies can go out and buy a diesel generator to alleviate the problems that we are facing at the moment. But honestly speaking, we are in a real tough situation.
Cornelis, are you able to elaborate as well? We had Andrew Etzinger from Eskom on earlier this morning with Dan Muyane. He was saying that when in a situation like this, Eskom cuts our exports to other countries. Can you explain that to us? Does that now mean we are using all the power we are generating here in South Africa for South Africans? Is that correct?
Well, we have got bilateral agreements with the various countries, and of course these agreements won't guarantee electricity at all costs. Similarly, Eskom has got agreements with some of the large industrial end users that in times where they don't have enough capacity, that they will cut some of the supply to these end users. So I can't, since I don't work for Eskom, I can't guarantee you that all the power is currently being used for South Africa only, but that is the way it is supposed to happen, that we take preference and that we look at our internal needs first, and then secondly, if there is anything left, we look externally. Maybe to comment on that a little bit further, the industrial end users have very much had to burden the blow 3, 4, 5 times this year already with regards to power cuts. So every time that there is a problem, they are asked to burden the shortfall that we have. And they've been starting to push back and say that it is unfair that they need to burden this. They are some of the biggest employers in the country. And with the rand being particularly low at the moment, there's a good opportunity for export. There's a good opportunity for actual manufacturing. And therefore, it is crucial that load shedding does not only happen with the large industrial end users, but that we do share the burden of the power crisis that we are in, and that everybody start making a difference by switching off the appliances that they don't use, becoming more energy aware, and that we start taking responsibility for paying the actual bills and not stealing electricity in addition to that.
Cornelis, maybe as a final question to you, if I may, what about IPPs, the situation of independent power producers? Are we not at a stage now where Eskom is able to have conversations with IPPs and perhaps use the power, however small that might be, in their own grid? Or is it just too complicated, and are we just too far away from that sort of resolution?
No, that is certainly something that we can do and that should be done. Maybe just a quick clarification. Eskom is not the ones who need to negotiate that. That is the Department of Energy's responsibility. They need to make sure that there is a regulatory environment that enables Eskom to link these guys into the grid. Eskom only takes the orders from the Department of Energy. So it is absolutely crucial that we deregulate the industry to not only allow the current IPPs, which are few and far between, that can supply actual baseload. We know that in the renewable space there's some very exciting developments with solar and wind coming online and a lot more investment happening in that space. But we need some more baseload IPPs, and particularly in the form of natural gas, whether it's going to be shale or from this lovely resource that we've seen in Mozambique. Some hard decisions need to be taken. It needs to be taken very soon. And unfortunately, there are no short-term solutions to this. Everybody needs to play their part and help to reduce the load.
All right, thank you very much indeed for your insight this morning, Cornelis Van der Waal. He's an energy analyst from the group Frost & Sullivan.
Know more about your world.
eNCA.com